I remember when we were strong. Back in the days before King Tenebrae and his royal guard, and the people of Amosran took up their own arms for fun and profit. Before all that, there was just us, the Viridian Outriders. We kept the roads and trails safe and secure, with homes and forts scattered about and locales civilized and not. Time passed, and we have been replaced. And yet, I hear the rumblings and murmurs of the roads being less safe than they had been. Monsters sniffing around in smaller towns and magic acting oddly. Who knows? Maybe we'll be needed again. Hello, and welcome back to Another Path. My name is Chase, and I remain your GM. Today, the Outriders descend into a previously unknown city in search of their compatriot. Thank you to our backers, Enoch, Christina, and Carlin for their support. If you like what you hear, consider donating to us at patreon.com/ghostlightmedia, maybe even by checking out a couple other of the shows on the network. And with that, sit back, relax, and enjoy your trip down another path.
I reached that point in knowing new people at work where I had to explain to them that I can't burp.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know you can't burp.
He can't
Really?
burp? He can't burp and he can't eat pizza.
Justin, you
I
didn't
knew
know
the
this
pizza
either?
thing.
No. You
Can't
can't burp?
Like a chicken, yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? But chickens can't burp?
No. Well, okay, that might be like an urban myth where, like, if you give a soda to a chicken, their tummies can't process the carbonation or whatever, so they'll just explode.
Oh,
Who's giving chicken soda?
someone's Baja blasting chickens.
Oh no.
Look, if I want the blast, my chicken's gonna get the blast. We're a Baja family.
It can happen every once in a blue moon, but it's never intentional. Like, I can't force a burp to happen.
Right.
I just sort of get a gurgly in my tummy.
I just got $1 million idea. Baja blasted goldfish.
Huh.
Like, instead of flavor blasted, they're Baja blasted.
Baja
Elaborate.
is a flavor. They're just flavor blasted Baja.
No. They're Baja
take-
blasted.
You take goldfish crackers, you put them in Baja Blast soda, you leave them to marinate overnight.
You put it through a chicken.
No.
Justin, what is
Yeah.
Baja? Can you describe this flavor to me?
Yeah, it's what gets blasted into Mountain Dew.
But what is it? What is the
But
physical
what is
object?
it? If I said cherry Mountain Dew, we would know what that meant.
Exactly.
What is Baja?
It's Baja Blast.
You're being super unhelpful.
I think I answered the question.
What is Baja? I got a thing about nope.
Maybe Baja Blast is the
What?
friends you make along the way.
What is Baja flavor? Does
Gotta
anyone know?
know.
Does anyone know what it is? What the flavor is advertised as?
I have no idea. Like something tropical.
I thought it was like an island flavor.
I would like everyone's guesses. I would like your answers in the form of a fruit. Starting with Justin, because you were so bad at this game a second ago.
Baja.
Great answer. Ryan.
Can you just say tropical punch? Like, is that an answer?
It's a wrong answer.
It's a flavor.
Would you like to submit this to the council?
I would like to submit tropical punch.
All right. Chase.
Starfruit.
I would put Justin, I was mean to you earlier. Would you like an actual guess, or are you going to continue your tirade?
That was my guess, and I think I was closest without going over.
Ryan has a while it's not tropical punch, it is tropical something. It is described as tropical lime flavor.
Huh.
What, you guys haven't had tropical lime flavor before?
I've had Baja Blast. Does that count?
Yes, apparently.
No, tropical lime, it's trademarked by one James Buffman. And you can get a frozen drink out of the Margot-Matic.
What is
This
Baja
is a
Blast?
It's
Deep
a
Dive?
surprise birds episode. We're going back. Chase, give me the reins.
Actually, no. I actually have a game written this time. Ugh.
That is good because I have no notes. It was just going to be. Honestly, it was just going to be the birds trying to figure out how to make James Buffin's Baja Blast a goldfish.
Oh God.
Oh,
Gang, I have more news on the Baja Blast discourse.
please.
There is something called Mountain Dew Baja Deep Dive.
More like Baja these nuts.
I am very thankful that Justin is here so that I am not the one who everyone wants to yeet into the street.
Look, if I had a nickel for every time someone wanted to street eat me.
Baja Mango Gem? What does that even mean?
It's mango flavored. It's not bad.
Why is it a gem?
Because it's shiny?
Baja Punch, Ryan. There's your tropical punch one.
There you go. I got
But what
close.
about Baja Crisp?
What is? Explain.
What is, Justin?
You know, like Apple Crisp? Baja Blast. The crust is just Baja Blasted goldfish.
We've come full circle.
Justin, is there anything that you would not put Baja Blast into to eat?
A chicken.
Now we're full circle. Chase, start the game!
God, I hope something in there is useful. The three of you stand at the entryway of a massive underground complex. Dim light emits from crystals growing from the walls of the massive chamber. The three of you step out of the door and onto a ruined staircase. Eventually, it drops about 30 feet before you, and 30 feet down, leading to a plateau holding a single building about 5 stories tall, with the top being open to the elements, but for a rounded roof and latticed walls.
I push my hands into my sleeves and tap my watch 4 times in a steady rhythm, and I cast dancing lights. They look like clock faces that don't spin,
Cool.
and they spread out a bit.
What time do they read?
They don't.
Mmm.
No hands, just the clock face.
Love it.
So I send them spinning out into the room a little bit. I for sure send them down the 30 foot to kind of see what's there, and I also want to send them up to see how big it is.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
It's the symbol. Is that a 1 or a 20? That's a 20. Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
21.
Cool. You're able to see a good distance around. The stairs looks like they've crumbled ages ago. It looks like this plateau, there is a path that leads down along the other side, but it's kind of hard to see, anything beyond that, even with a 20. What I will give you with a 20 is that as your lights are speeding away and then back again to you, you can see that on the ground there are some dark patches that very clearly look like dried blood.
Well, I did not expect to find a city down here. But more pressing, that's blood there. So can I make a medicine check to determine how recent it is?
If you got closer to it.
Oh, it's like down?
Yeah, it's like down that 30-foot drop.
Gotcha.
Is it like a straight drop?
A little bit, like you might be able to finesse your way down some of the rubble, but it would require a check.
Okay. Oh, Boise. Yeah, I'm light and nimble.
Mm-hmm.
I can try to. I'm gonna leave. What supplies do I have?
Is Ignis in here with us? Or is Ignis blocking the door?
Yeah, he made the first big hop down. It seems to keep going down, and I'm wondering how far my boy's gonna be able to make it. We're still working on stairs, so
Understood.
Do we have a rope or something we can tie around you?
Yeah, that's what I'm. Harper's digging through. Has lifted the hatch on Ignis and is digging through, rummaging through. I pull out some pitons.
Not the twine, the rope.
Yep. Well, sorry.
The
Like
other-
for someone like my size, sometimes twine is kind of like rope.
This is not the time to test that.
So I've got I've got 50 foot of rope and some pitons and a hammer, so we can set up a little belaying setup. I can try to head down first, anchor it down there.
Sounds good.
So yeah, I will try to. We'll set up like one that I can rig the rope to up here.
Sure.
And then kind of as I go, I'll try to hammer some pitons into the wall and make like a series of like handholds.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Surprise, surprise, everyone. Harper is proficient in athletics.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
I figured that was a good way to work out being like, is kind of toned a little bit from smithing, but not necessarily like totally diesel.
Absolutely.
That will be an 18.
Yeah, done. You're able to very easily... I mean, this is probably not the first time you've done this. This is less than the 5th time you've done this, though.
Yeah, 100%.
So you were able to navigate down and get pythons in the wall, so you're able to essentially give the other 2 guys advantage as they climb down.
Excellent.
Are you keeping Iggy up at the top, or are you going to try and get...
I don't know. I don't want him to break. How... So, to pull back the curtain for a moment, Chase,
Yes.
you and I did have a discussion about this off mic, where we were talking about, I had propositioned, like, it doesn't say he can't climb down a rope, but then off camera, you made the pitch, was like, yeah, but a horse can't use a rope either. I'm like,
Right.
That's a great point. So
I will say this in the interest of letting you use your character, I'm going to say that Ignis has a winch that will allow him to go up and down ropes.
Cool.
It is not graceful. And it still needs to be worked on. I'm going to say that every time he does that, he is going to take a d6 of damage as he goes up and down, because he's just banging himself into the walls as he goes.
In this instance, though, I would happily, if you're cool with this, I can make an athletics check for Ignis as well to try to navigate this.
Go ahead and have him make an athletics check.
All right. He is also proficient in athletics.
Okay, I am looking for a 15 for him to not take any damage on the downward.
All right, come on, buddy. You big brave tortoise.
To be clear, the giant metal construct tortoise that can breathe fire and has a pet name
That's
is
fire,
being
yes.
lowered down a winch on his own and gets to make an athletics check that he is proficient in.
So I think
This is a great game, guys.
Yeah?
remember when we first came down into this pit and like that whole setup? I think that is when I don't think the winch is being used right now. Right now I think he's just hopping.
Okay.
Jetpacks.
Ooh, yeah, he's got little thrusters in his feetsies. That is a 19 on athletics.
Okay, I'll let this one go, but going forward, any vertical movement that is not explicitly jumping that will take, like, fall damage
Yeah.
has to use the winch.
Can do.
The cursed winch.
The cursed winch.
Well, that went well, but we probably should have had the giant turtle go last.
You know,
Yeah, probably.
that's a fair point. The rope was tied off. Sorry, I'm looking at these maps here. I'm trying to figure out if anyone's ever been in this cavern before.
All right, guys, it's good. You're good. Come on down.
I'll go next.
Okay, athletics. Unless you have another way you want to get down?
Did you say it was at advantage?
Yes.
Okay, that'll be a 21.
Easy. It's not hard, it's easy.
Which is good, because if it wasn't at advantage, it would have been a 5.
Woo!
There you go.
And Cecil.
I would like to bust out my secret wings that nobody knew I had until right this moment and fly down.
Amazing.
Okay, and now what you're actually going to do is...
I'm going to roll some dice.
Okay, cool.
Cecil climbs down.
Look at them. They're magical.
Secret
Athletics?
Aarakocra.
I have rolled an 18. So that is a 17 because I'm not playing Jackson anymore.
Still sufficient as you make your way onto solid ground.
Also, I'm the Azamar here. If anyone's going to have secret wings, it's me.
That's true.
That's fair.
Not until I build secret Icarus wings.
I would like the 3 of you to roll me perception checks as you near the tower.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Does Ignis get a roll?
Sure.
So that's a 5 for me and a 23 for Ignis.
Excellent.
I got a 6.
Harper and Arabin, the two of you are just distracted by how fucking weird this tower looks. As you all get closer, at a distance, this thing, it has kind of like a swooping architecture style, but from a distance, it looked very, very smooth. But as you're getting near it, you're seeing it's not smooth at all. It is actually very finely, for lack of a better word, fragmented. There are pieces of it that are like flat, as if it was constructed from polygons, like an old school video game, but down to like the very smallest and finest little bit. Thousands of tiny little facets all over this thing, building the entire exterior architecture. Cecil and Ignis notice that as well, but they also hear from above a, Guys! Holy shit, Outriders! I'm up here! Cecil, as you look up and Ignis stops and looks up and sees,
Elijah, is that you?
peeking out from a window, a small, kind of skittish-looking human male that you know to be Steward Elijah.
Steward Elijah.
Oh my god, shh! Cecil! Oh my
here
god,
to-
what are you doing here?
We're here to get you.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, good.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go.
I can't.
Why?
I broke my leg and I can't move.
Oh, dang.
God damn it.
Well, is
good
that
news.
Stewart?
Yeah, that's the steward, yeah.
Yeah, that's the Steward.
Cronin, right? And Harper. Okay.
Yeah, hi, Stewart.
Okay. Hi. So, yeah. Be careful. Look, I ran in. There's a couple of... I dropped my thing on the way up, and I was able to use it to, like, turn off some of the locks and whatnot, but I dropped it as I was getting up here, so you're going to want to be careful getting near it.
The like artifact thing?
Yeah.
Does it explode?
No, it's just... It
Elijah.
makes an anti-magic field.
Oh, dag. Okay.
That's very bad for us, Elijah.
I know, that's why I'm telling you.
Okay, what else is...
That's how I was able to get up. There's a bunch of weird locks and shit you're going to have to figure out to get up here.
Well, I've been on a hot streak with
What
locks.
else is in here? Anything living?
Not in here, I don't think. I think I scared it off, but there is something living down here in the caverns.
Okay.
I don't know what they are. They're like, I didn't get a good look. I came down here, like, I tried the unspinner up top, and it, like, when I hit it, it, like, made this huge hole, and that one I was okay in, and then I got so distracted looking at all, like, the cool crystals and whatnot, I fell down those stairs.
And now you're stuck.
Is he on top of the tower right now?
He's on about, like, the 4th floor, peeking out of a window.
Okay.
I got a door locked behind me. When you guys get up here, I can get that popped open, but... Like, I busted my leg, and then these things started running after me, and then I really busted my leg running away from them.
Hey, Elijah,
Heard.
Yeah.
what's the plan? You've been here for days. What's your plan?
So far, it's been Goodberry and create water.
Ah, yes, a blue collar wizard. Let's go.
That's terrible.
Terrible, yes. It's awful. These things are not good after a few days, and he... real quick, I need to actually roll a quick ranged attack for a Goodberry.
Dink a good berry at us.
Cecil, what is your AC?
10.
You get ploinked in the head with a Goodberry.
Can I make a dex save to try to catch it with my mouth?
Yes. The save is high.
That's fine. I gotta try. A dex save. Oh, cool. This is straight. 2.
You get, you look up and you try to catch it as it's coming down, and then it lands directly on your nose. Your, for the remainder of today's game, your nose will be blue.
Bummer.
Oh, that didn't feel good at all. Well, all right, we're coming to get you.
Appreciate you.
Oh, boy. Hey, Bailey, one more question.
Yeah.
What's your artifact thing look like? Like, what are we keeping an eye out for?
Oh, it's a little top.
A little top?
It's a little silver top, like what a spinning top.
Oh, okay.
It's called the unwinding spinner.
Is it currently spinning?
Yes.
How long will it spin?
Until someone stops it.
Delightful.
How big's the little magic field it puts out, do you know?
About 30 feet.
That is significant.
I'm very good at what I do.
Hot damn. Okay. You and I should talk shop later.
There's a reason I came out here to test it.
Yeah. Did you know this was out here, this whole...
Not a clue.
Okay, just check.
I was very surprised.
All right. No, it's cool. We'll get you out of there. We'll get your leg fixed up all right and dandy, and
Yeah.
we'll all get moseying on out of here before you know it.
Enough talking. Let's go get Steward.
Before we go get the steward,
Yes.
I'd like to go back and check the blood and see if I can discern like person or animal or other or something.
Roll me a medicine check at advantage.
Medicine at advantage is 14.
With a 14, you aren't positive, but you can put like 2 and 2 together and guess this is probably about where Steward Bailey started running, right about the time something started following him. The 4 of you, including Ignis, enter into the first floor. A plain, empty room sits with a single plinth at the center, a yellow, clear orb resting on it. A set of stairs sits along the far wall, but a yellow magic shield clearly is sitting covering it. And that is what you see.
I'm going to take out my little magnifying glass tuning fork dealy bobber.
Yeah.
And cast Detect Magic.
Okay. There is magic coming from the shield, and there is magic coming from the orb, and you can tell it's... Roll me an Arcana check.
Hey, there it is.
Oh, beans. Rolled off of a 20. 7.
7. You
Yeah.
can tell that they are somehow connected.
Okay. I'm like, Harper has this magnifying glass like held up to her eye that she's looking through. Okay, if I had to guess, I'd say that the little shield at the end of the hall there and the sus orb are connected in some way.
Sorry,
But,
what is
like-
this term? Sus?
Suspicious.
Ah,
Yeah, sorry, just a shorthand, you know.
no, I don't. Is that too many syllables for you?
Anyway, I think they might be connected. But who's to say whether it's like generating it or inhibiting it or
So, like, do we want to hit it or something? See what happens?
I don't know. Ignis, why don't you? Can you go up there and just like poke it?
Ignis looks to you, nods, walks up, head telescopes like a foot vertical, boops it with his nose, looks to the orb, the shield, the orb, the shield, and then walks up to the shield and walks directly through.
Oh, I do the same. I go up and I touch the orb.
Excellent. So,
Oh shit. Oh no, what have you done?
because your intelligence is above a 7, and 7 is typically the line of sentience, something additional happens for you. And I'm going to tell you exactly what this orb does. And we can either go with what I've written, or you can tell me something.
Okay.
This is the Orb of Woe. What this does is it reflects something about Harper, back to Harper, that maybe they do not know about themselves, but would make them very uncomfortable. Maybe she knows this. Maybe this is something she's actually very insecure about. Maybe this is something that she doesn't know, but should be made aware of about her reality and her personality and the way
Jesus,
that she
Murphy.
interacts with the world. I have something written.
Why don't you go ahead and hit me with that knife? Why don't you go ahead and just plunge that right into my heart?
Chase,
Yeah?
this is session 5.
I know.
Now,
I know. And I've really been neglecting character work, and that's on me. And I'm going to rectify it.
Does it just reflect that to Harper, like nobody else
Correct.
sees it? Okay.
Correct. Only Harper sees this and knows this.
Darn, we're not going to accidentally discover Arabin's patron.
Correct.
Darn.
But we are about to witness Harper having a panic attack. So
Cool.
Harper, in the instant that
Yeah.
your hand grazes the orb, suddenly you're fleeing in the woods outside of Bering, magic crackling in your wake. The crypt of the Outriders is... you don't know if it's exploding, you don't know if something went wrong, but you know it was your fault. Your friends are gone, and it is your fault, and you are running again. And then in a flash, that is gone. And for you, the yellow shield fades.
Harper falls flat on her ass, like full arm windmill, like was hit with something, recoils backwards, and hits the ground. Is like skidding back on her hands and feet away from the orb, and her face has gone completely white.
Mm-hmm.
Did we feel magic pulse?
Nope.
Harper, nothing's here.
You okay?
Pull out my wand and my dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Harper, I don't see anything.
Hi, hey.
What do you see?
Nothing. I'm here. Don't touch that. Friendly little piece of advice. Don't touch that thing.
Okay.
Ignis walks over to you and kind of like retracts his legs back into his shell and just kind of like sits down next to you.
He loafs.
He loafs.
My big metal tortoise loafs. Now everything's better. I think Harper literally like puts her forehead to his head and starts crying. She's like, I didn't teach him how to do that. He just knew.
Did it hurt? Did it burn? What?
No, it didn't hurt. It just it was like a memory or but nothing that had happened yet.
A vision? A dream?
God, I hope not.
Premonition?
I super hope not. Because it showed me blowing up the damn Outriders crypt. Not on purpose. I don't think. But just like maybe something I was messing with, something went wrong.
Well, do we have to touch it to get through that shield?
I don't know. I mean, it's down now, but
No, it's not.
It's still there.
it's still there. You still see it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's right there.
I don't see it anymore.
Well, I guess you can go through then. Go on up and see if there's a magical button to push, and maybe we don't have to do whatever you did.
Yeah, I'd like to spare you if I could. Whew.
Ignis, help Harper up there, please. We know you can go up.
I flip out a little notebook and I jot down a note and say, add ventilations for sweat into armor. And flip that back away into my pouch. Harper, now dripping with flop sweat.
Mm-hmm.
I will take out my broad spear and my shield, and I'm gonna hop up onto Ignis in the little gunner seat.
Okay.
And pass through the shield and try to head upstairs.
Okay.
I have the magnifying glass affixed to like a cord that I can wear around my neck, so I can still like listen for stuff, so I can still use detect magic.
Absolutely. Yeah, you make your way up the stairs, and at the top of these stairs, you see you are in a room that is it looks like somebody took an armory and just shook it upside down in here. This room is covered in armor and spears and swords and you name it, it is on the ground here in a weird design style that you are entirely unfamiliar with. Crossing this room not barefooted, but like on your feet would be incredibly difficult to do, but you're not seeing any kind of like off switch
I'll hop out of Ignis and I'll leave him up here at the top, and he doesn't like stairs still. I think can we establish, like, until I do upgrades, that all stairs are difficult terrain for Ignis?
Absolutely.
I hop back down the stairs and say, I don't see anything up there, guys. Might just be I don't know, maybe we can try maybe breaking it, but
I really don't want to do that for many reasons. One, we don't know what would happen. Two, there's already an anti-magic field somewhere in this tower. Three, we have to come back down. Four, history.
Well, guess I can go next.
Okay.
I go up
good luck.
and I lightly touch the orb.
Okay. Do you have something, or do you want me to go for it?
Give me whatever fresh hell you have.
Arabin. Bearing is burning. Your friends are dead at your feet. Your sword is wet with blood. A red glow emanates from around your neck, and the faintest shape of a silhouette stands before you. It is a familiar one. It is out of reach. You are mixed with feelings of sadness and gratitude that you are that much closer. And then it all fades.
No. No. No!
The
Arabin?
yellow shield fades from view. You may proceed upstairs.
Arabin.
Hey, we're
We're
all
here.
still here. It's,
Sucks, I know.
Arabin takes a second, composes himself, and just walks towards Harper with his head down.
I take, like, just the half step to the side to give him room to pass if he wants.
You're right. It's not great.
right, well, you all let me know what you find up there.
Yeah.
I will hold the entrance down here.
You're not coming up?
Just look over at the yellow ball. I'm starting to get an inkling of what this is, possibly. No, we're all in this together, aren't we? Very well.
New spell, so I have to think of what the what the thing is.
Right.
You spell who dis.
Do we have, like, do the Outriders have, like, badges of station?
They do. For you as a crafter, that would be a pin that is an anvil and a hammer.
Cool.
You're probably not wearing your full dressed sashes and whatnot out, but you would still have your pins.
Yeah. I think, an old version of that that was, like, maybe, like, I spilled some acid on it or something,
Sure.
and it was worn down, and I had to go to Cecil to get a new one. I had to get paperwork to get a new one authorized to be delivered to me. I fish out of my, because Harper's nostalgic. Of
course.
Takes the old acid marked pin out of a pocket. We'll, like, toss it over to Cecil, basically, with a little bit of magic infused into it, as I cast heroism onto Cecil.
What does that do?
And say, for the duration, you cannot be frightened, and you gain 3 temporary hit points at the start of every turn.
Oh, hey!
How nice. How long does that last?
Only a minute, but
Okay.
narratively, it feels right.
Yep.
I send this thing Cecil's way and say, we've been together for a long time, even if it doesn't seem like it. You've always kind of had my back. I could really use you on this one, Cecil.
Appreciate that, Harper. This is quite an interesting little bit of this is the acids. You really did destroy this, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes, I understand why I needed it. This is quite the bit of magic. In for penny, in for pound. And Cecil kind of feels like he knows what they're about to be shown. But does kind of test it and reaches out the wand first to touch it and see if that changes anything.
Nothing.
That would be asking for too much. I understand. Needed to test scientific theory. whatever, and then just sets his hand on it.
Do you want to have something, or do you want me to go for it?
You go right ahead. I'm pretty confident I know what this is.
You are standing in the apartment above your steeping scrolls. You are looking into the mirror on your vanity, into eyes that are familiar and alien. Eyes that you almost forget about every day, but never really do. And you look, and you see that it's there, and always will be. That little bit of you. And then you're back.
Well, that was unpleasant. I shall have to apologize to Katie. I assume both of yours involved death as well, because I just murdered several teenagers, and that was unpleasant.
Deception check.
Ooh.
Which I get advantage on.
Do you?
Fancy that.
Ooh.
Yes, I do. And I'm proficient, so that's a 25.
If either of you would like to try and beat us 25.
You're talking to the -1 wisdom boys. Cecil could tell us the sky was purple and we'd believe them.
Good.
Harvard would be like, yeah, he's a smart guy. Like, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, new sky update just dropped.
New sky, who did?
Oh, unpleasant. We all go upstairs through the shield.
And now you're in the trash weapon room.
I don't know what I expected to see next, but this was not it.
Yeah, there's a lot of junk up here, but like...
Is any of it important?
Anything popping up magical, Chase?
No. Well, the way that I have written to get through this is a simple dexterity check. You can use acrobatics if you are trained in it to try and get through. Depending on what you roll, you may take some damage moving through. That being said, if one of you has a creative way of getting across, I would love to hear it.
Hey, can we just all get an Ignis? Like, could we just ride Ignis over, Harper? Is that an option?
We can try. We have to remember, like, Ignis is a big turtle to me, but is only size medium.
Right.
Yep.
So...
It's like a big dog.
Yeah, like, it's probably only like 4 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe like 6 feet long, toe to tip, maybe. Those proportions probably don't make sense, but I am bad at visualizing things. But, like, I was thinking that for myself, certainly. If y'all want to try to, like, stand and balance on him, maybe, I don't know. But, like, then you're falling into swords, and that's never fun. I could try. We could see if maybe he can like clear a path a little bit, or we could find another path. Had to. Sorry,
Somebody had to. No, look, I was trying to think of it too. You're good.
Justin's mad. I was gonna ask Chase: Is there any gear that is it all mostly junky, or does any of it seem like in decent repair? Actually,
With the 7 that you rolled, it all looks pretty junky.
Sorry, I missed that. Griffin, you said you don't want to go straight through. You want to find another path?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Just covering our bases.
Okay, cool. Hey, Justin,
Ignis...
I don't know if you know this, but Another Path is the name of the show. So every now and then we try to slip it in.
So
Yeah.
Occasionally, it's kind of like a tongue-in-cheek sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like a little meta reference.
I thought this was Critical Role.
I am a dead ringer from Matt Mercer, so I can understand how you might be.
It's
might
the
be
hair.
confused. It's the hair.
And I'm Laura Bailey.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Match.
we want to find another path.
I mean, I can see if Ignis can like push some stuff out of the way.
In order to make another path?
Yes, the one. Kind of bulldoze his way through.
Chase, do you want to say it?
No.
I shan't.
I simply shan't. If you want to have Ignis do that, I am willing to play ball. Ignis is going to take damage over the course of this. It's going to be a strength saving throw.
Okay.
I am looking for a 15 in order to get this done.
All right. I get a +2. Damn, that's a 12.
Okay. He does get across. the path is cleared. He is going to take, he takes 6 damage as he gets across. And what he has done is actually ease up the dexterity saving throw, because as he went through, he was able to clear a lot of it, but much of it did fall back in.
For sure, yeah.
So now, essentially, the tiers for the different dex saving throws have now dropped by 1.
Okay. You did great, buddy. I'll fix that up in just a jiffy, okay?
Gotta smoke.
Think that means that... I think it's like contentedness. Mm-hmm. I'm still kind of learning. He's got a lot of life in him. Anyway, I'll start picking my way through.
Okay.
Hold on, Hopper. Before you here, come back, please, quickly.
Yeah.
Before you do that, we should do this. And Cecil pulls out their wand and arranges Arabin, Harper, and himself in a circle, puts it on the ground and spins it very quickly, and then beats a quick rhythm into it. And I cast Aid on the 3 of us. So we each get to increase our hit point maximum and current hit points by 5.
Nice.
And it lasts for 8 hours and is not concentration.
Nice.
Dexterity save?
Yep.
That will be a 16 for me.
Okay. 16 is sufficient. Harper, you are able to, like a nimble little tin can, just hop your way through.
Ping, bang, ping, ding. Ding, 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 ding.
Who's next?
I'll go. That is a 12.
Okay. With a 12, because Ignis cleared the path for you, that is sufficient.
Woohoo! That's a good boy right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this has been fun.
Unless heroism has expired, you might have 3 temp HP that you can play with as well here.
That's why I just gave myself aid, too. All right, Dex save to get through.
Mm-hmm.
You got it, Cecil.
17.
Sufficient.
Cecil!
17 on the die.
The 3 of you reconvene on the stairs and make your way up another floor.
If we can spare a minute, I'd like to cast Mending on Ignis to heal him.
Sure.
1d6.
Absolutely.
I think it's 1d6.
That sounds right.
2d6.
Ooh.
Look at you, you fancy.
7. He's fully healed.
Nice.
Just take my tools and patch the cuts.
Can you, what is the sound effect that gets made when Ignis heals?
It's just a lot of, like, instead of big hammer and anvil, it's like a little ball peen hammer. It's just a lot of ting 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 ting, and like a little montage. It's like in a cartoon when someone's moving really fast and they're like they blur from like location to location.
Ball peen healing montage.
Cecil and Arabin, are either of you two doing anything during this montage, or are you just watching the master at work?
Just watching. Maybe I'll learn something.
Just sort of
Okay.
like, oh, okay.
Okay. And the 3 of you move up another floor. This room seems utterly empty at the outset. Bare walls and bare floor easily reveal the stairs ascending on the other side of the room. However, on the floor, about maybe 10 or so feet away from the stairs, about 40-ish feet away from the 3 of you, sits a single spinning silver top on the ground.
Ignis, don't go near that thing.
I will stay. Well, hold on. This is going to affect all of us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shall we play Boulder Parchment Shears?
Aren't we supposed to go get it? I thought that was part of it.
Oh, it is. It's just... Have you... Arabin, do you know what an anti-magic field is?
No, I just assumed Steward wants his toy.
This is true and factual and correct. And that thing emits an anti-magic field, which is what it says on the tin. No magic in the field.
Okay. I don't have to use magic to pick it up.
No, but you'll probably feel icky.
I've been feeling icky for a while.
Fair enough.
That, and unless we find a way to turn it off, then
I thought just
Cecily,
stopping
you obviously have talents outside of magic, but
If we pick it up,
I
it
thought-
stops spinning.
Yes, I thought stopping the spinning was all we needed to do.
well, possibly.
Or maybe we could have Ignis step on it.
I don't want him stepping into that field in the slightest, because I don't know what that's going to do to him, if I'm being completely honest.
That is a great point.
My magic's a little less inherent to y'all than y'all's. I kind of bring out the magic in things, so I'm willing to go and knock it off. It's actually, hang on, I'm gonna take my sling out and just take a pebble.
Okay.
And just try to like wing it at the top to like knock it off of its spin.
Okay. This is a very small top on the ground, a good bit away from you. You can absolutely do this. The
Okay.
AC is 19.
Okay.
Hit it with
Easy,
a rock.
son.
Hit it with a
Easy.
rock. A
It's
very
the Harper
good
Talk
rock.
special. Hit it with a rock. Bruh, that's a 19 on the die.
I don't get to make
So-
anybody feel icky again.
That'll be a 23 total.
You spin, the rock finds its mark, and the top, in an instant, you can feel an emptiness that was in the room fades instantly as this top wobbles and falls on its side. Stopped.
Shoo. All right, I think that's taken care of. I would like to go retrieve the top.
You pick it up. It is a small silver top with runes, probably about 1.5 inches tall by wide as well. Looks like a simple silver top with runic marks all around. For lack of a better term, the Inception top, but fancier.
Yep. Saw that immediately. Love that.
That thing looks like it could be useful.
Very,
Could be.
or if used strategically.
Could we just tell Steward that we didn't find it and keep it?
We could, if you want to make an enemy, and then you want me to lie on the paperwork, and then call my notary license into question, and then cause a possible schism in the order. So those would be the stakes.
So...
Well, I mean, it's going back to the Outriders, so, like, if we need it, I'm sure we can just commission it.
Harper,
Or
do you think
requisition it.
you could make that?
I mean, make the physical object? Sure. Give me a day to make a mold, and yeah. But, like, I would need to do some digging onto the enchantment and, like, what all this is to the best of my knowledge, anti-magic is pretty high-caliber stuff. Could I make it now? Probably not. Eventually? Maybe?
So if we get the steward back safely, then we could make more. This could be quite useful.
Potentially. I'm curious as to where it came from. Like, Chase, remind me, did Bailey said that he made this?
He didn't say, actually.
Okay.
It was just an artifact that fell into his possession. So you don't know if that
Okay.
meant he created it himself, or if it was given to him, or if it was something he found on another expedition. Hard to say.
If you guys want to give me the time, I can identify it and kind of glean some more information off of it. He can wait 10 more minutes, yeah.
He's not going anywhere.
I will I'll open up the hatchback. Mm-hmm. Hatch side, I'll open up Ignis.
Yeah.
And hop up into the workbench and take out my Tinker's tools, which is a lot of like really fine like picks that you would use to like. If you've ever seen someone like nowadays like cleaning coins, like old coins, those were like really fine picks. So
Sure.
I'm like kind of like tapping it and taking like notes about like its resonance and it's like I'm like I have a little scale that I'm weighing it with, and I'm taking like little like material tests, figure out what it's made of, doing some like enchantment tests. So I'm basically just doing magical science as artificers are wont to do, to determine this thing's properties as I ritually cast Identify.
You find, you confirm a lot of information. You know that this is the unwinding spinner, or at least that is what it is called in the common tongue. It has 3 charges a day. You can spin it
and that will cause an anti-magic field around it in a 30-foot radius.
Yeesh.
And it will continue to spin until it is stopped. It is not under the effects of any particular spell, and it was not created by any particular spell.
Do I, just as a craftsman, have any inkling toward its origins, or is it equally as alien as like this place?
It feels maybe not quite as alien as this place, but definitely strange. You don't know where something like this could or would have come from. The runes on it are very clearly some kind of magic rune, but not one that has familiar to you.
No maker's mark.
No maker's mark, nothing. I mean, look, maybe you don't know. It's all runes.
Maybe it's hiding in the runes.
Could be. While Harper is doing that, I would like Arabin and Cecil to go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Gotcha. I can do that. I want to do something else as well.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
I rolled a 0.
I love that for us.
That is powerful. We'll get to that in just a second. Cecil, what was the specific thing that you wanted to do?
So ritual takes 10 minutes, right, Griff?
Yeah, it's like 10
Ish.
minutes
Okay.
plus the additional, whatever the normal casting
So
time is.
Cecil is taking some time to look inside at the interior of the architecture and is trying to see if it's similar to what it looked like outside, and is also trying to rack their considerable bank of knowledge to try to think of something that is similar
Sure.
to this very unique thing.
Okay.
Design.
Go ahead and roll me a history check.
$22.
This reminds you a lot of... You didn't see a lot of it, but in your younger travels, you remember, not often, but you do remember seeing some places like this, but exactly where that was is lost to the fog of youth. You, for as well traveled as you are, especially in your younger days, you don't have a lot of the records of where that was and what your parents would have showed you as a kid. But this feels very familiar. Very familiar.
If there's any way to maybe take a rubbing or take some sketches down of kind of what the architecture looks like, nothing crazy fancy, but just to have a record.
I can let you do that. If you want to do it with a good level of accuracy, I am going to have you make that perception check again at make it again, and then it would be a disadvantage. So it would be the worst of the two.
Sure. So just roll one more time?
Yep, roll one more time, and if it's less than a 17, that's what you're taking.
Oh, that's a 14.
Okay. You take the 14, that's absolutely fine. And go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check for capturing the image of this place.
16. Straight.
Cool. Yeah. No, you got a fairly good rendering of this building. Some of the weapons downstairs, that felt a little out of place and odd to you. The housing chamber for the orb, all of that is fairly well captured.
Great. I roll that up, put it in my pack. Feel good about it.
Thank you for joining us here on Another Path. You can find our website and merch store at anotherpathpodcast.com, on Twitter at anotherpathpod, and our network at ghostlightmedia.net. You can support our efforts by donating at patreon.com/ghostlightmedia, or by giving us a rating and review over on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcatcher will let you. You can also find me on Twitter at TQLoudly, Griffin at GriffCold, and Ryan at RyanRoll20. You can find Justin on TikTok at JustJustinMichael, and myself at TQLoudly. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a new episode, and until then, remember that we will be getting back to that notably poor perception check that Justin rolled that I called out earlier. No, we're getting back to that real soon. Okay, like 2 weeks. It's soon.
The This has been a Ghostlight Media production.